masculine is feminine aspects. No. A lot of people saying that he's under MK Ultra mind control. Others are saying that he is cloned and that's not the real him. He know what he's doing. And in my opinion, he know what he's doing. I am not sure if he know what he's doing. That's my opinion. No. He's under the cat frequency. I know cat, even though you have male cats, cat is synonymous with feline, feminine energy. So with the nails, he is putting his feminine energy forward because he know that the future is feminine. The future is the matriarch. So you're gonna see femininity show up in multiple places out of multiple people. Because the earth have to go back to reset factory settings, and the earth was originally feminine, female as they call it, matriarch as they call it, before it was ever masculine. So it have to go back to factory setting, and then you're gonna see. Now, while I do not chastise people, the so-called tranny them and the chichim and them and those things, they have to be what they are now because they have to mimic back who they were originally. So every fetus is originally a girl up to about 4 months, 5 months, I don't know, before it mutates into what we call boy. So when you see a man feminine and girly, he's channeling his inner feminine, he's channeling what he is at the core. Now, I speak about Mary Magdalene, and I said that magnetism or magnet is feminine because magnet, we as women, we attract, we are attractive. So we attract in a magnetic pull, okay? So Mary Magdalene was not a person, she wasn't real, but she represents what magnetism is. And when she birthed out the Christ, she birthed out electricity. All right. So when back then in Tartarian Empire, what they used to do before electricity was a thing, they usually harness free energy from the ether. And you have to need magnetism to do that. So now, because we keep falling from grace, we now use these wired electric wires to have electricity in our homes. So electricity is a lower level than what magnetism is. Magnetism is more higher than electricity. So women is more, yes, powerful than men. I'm just saying. And it's a big debate. And I don't want what I'm saying come across as male and female and war. It's just the facts. Women is magnetism, man is electricity. Yes? And magnetism is even more powerful. So there's still some level of magnetism still in the ether. Even though you see now where they have the towers, cell towers, 5G towers, they work off of the ether same way, but they harness, would you say free electricity, free energy? Free energy, yes. So there's still some level of free energy being harnessed in present day, but a lot of it is converted to electricity, meaning wires. All right. Now, with that being said, young Pharaoh is channeling cat because cat, P-U-S-Y, is what we call cat. Because again, the womb, the portal is the most important. The portal is the gateway to this realm, and this is the most important thing. All right? So he's showing you where you should look and what is more important. The portal of the woman, the womb, is the most important thing. The cat, the P-U-S-Y. That's why we call it a cat as well. So it is portal worshipping. He's worshipping the woman and her essence as the portal of life. So you might say, well, Oracle, I don't think so. I think he's clone and I think he's under MK. You can have your own thoughts. It's okay. But I see things differently and I know that he's under the feminine, matriarchal, is aligned with that. Now, when I talk about MK Ultra, yes, blonde hair and leopard print shows who your favorite celebrities. When they see them on a blonde hair, all of a sudden, black hair people have blonde hair, man start a blonde hair, and they wear a lot of leopard print. Yes, MK Ultra is a real thing. And you can see the monarch butterfly. There's a butterfly that is orange and black butterfly. It's called monarch. So whenever you see your favorite celebrity, them maybe doing a photo shoot and them have like a butterfly on them lip or a butterfly on them with the butterfly and the butterfly in them ear, the monarch butterfly, yes, they are under mind control, MK Ultra. Yes, we know that. And when they wear a lot of leopard print, yes, we know that, right? But in film case, me see it as him giving rise to the femininity. And back in ancient Kemet, you have the cat gods. You have Bastet, her name is Bastet, Sekhmet and Bastet. Those are some of the feminine deity back in ancient Kemet. Now, when I talk about Pharaoh, you also should talk about King Tut. All right, let me talk about this girl first. If you remember, back in 2017, this young miss, Kenisha Jenkins was unalived in a freezer. Drop a 9 if you remember this lady on the screen. If you remember this young miss. Drop a 9 if you remember Kenisha Jenkins. She was unalive at 19 years old in a refrigerator. All right, thank you. Now, young Pharaoh is under the frequency of this young miss. I'm gonna try and find it. Come on, man. Yes. So you see young Pharaoh at the top, and you see prototype. All right. So now, prototype, by definition, is the original mole. Everything that comes from the prototype is a copy. So young Pharaoh show you that the woman is the prototype, the original. Everything that come out of that industrial belt afterwards is copy or clones, because the prototype will always be the woman, and everything that comes out of her womb is clone of her. So again, you see young Pharaoh at the top, and then you see prototype, because he's channeling women, because women is the original prototype of creation. If you look at the word prototype, please squint and look. You see where prototype means the original, and at the bottom there you see where it says anything that comes after is clone. So yes, men are what you call the male gender is an actual clone of the prototype, the woman. So she had to mutate her essence to bring what we call man. So man is a clone of the original prototype, the original mole. All right? If you create a mole, you cell block, building blocks, and you have the mole. The mole is the prototype, and every block that come out of that mole is the clone. But they can't be the original. So the woman is the original. Everything that comes out of her womb is the clone. And you understand? The clone, different copies of her, but she is the original. Even man. So man, she had to, her cells had to mutate to form what we know today as man. So man is not actually a real thing. Man is not a real occurring thing in nature. Woman is.